Grace and peace, beloved friends. Welcome to our morning devotion time. And I'm so glad you're able to join us for these brief moments each morning of centering and focus. I've been thinking a lot about my faith journey, especially since yesterday I got fully ordained, and thinking about some of the process, the spiritual journey I have been on, especially since coming to St. Luke's, because I just finished 8 years, started my ninth year here at St. Luke's, and a lot of that process of ordination has been with you all here at St. Luke's. And that caused me to think about my last semester at seminary as I was preparing to come and join you all here in Orlando, that I traveled from Atlanta, where Emory is, my seminary, to Florida, to Tampa and Orlando a lot, many times. I flew down like 6 times. I had all kinds of different denominational meetings with responsibilities I was serving, but also to come visit St. Luke's, to meet with the executive council, to meet with Pastor Jen and the rest of the clergy and leadership. And so I had decided with those trips, it's only about a 45-minute to an hour plane ride. Sometimes the drive to the airport took longer than the flight to Orlando. But to reread Thomas à Kempis's The Imitation of Christ. And so I haven't read it since then, since that semester where I was traveling to Florida numerous times. And so I've been going back to it and reflecting on how God worked through me and Akempas's work, and maybe a new season for me now that I'm fully ordained. So I wanted to tell you that Akempis is lived in the 14th century, and he was from a town called Kempen, which is why he's Thomas à Kempis. It's right outside of Dusseldorf, Germany, and I have a lot of family roots from that area and region of Germany who immigrated to the United States, and that's where a lot of my family roots come to America, is from this area too. So just to share with you before I share a sentence or two from à Kempis's first book, that the theme is for him is love, mercy, and holiness of God. With vivid clarity, he shows humanity's complete dependence on and the need of God, and the empty futility of life lived apart from its own source of true life and light. So I wanted to share with you just a few of the opening sentences to book one, Counsel on Spiritual Life. And I pray it might plant deep into your heart and your soul. He who follows me, this is Jesus speaking, shall not walk in darkness, says our Lord. In these words, Christ counsels us to follow his life and way if we desire true enlightenment and freedom from all blindness of heart. Let the light of Jesus Christ, then, be our first consideration. The teaching of Jesus far transcends all the teachings of the saints, and whosoever has his spirit will discover concealed in it heavenly manna. Of what use is it to disclose learnedly on the Trinity, right? What you have learned about God, if you lack humility and therefore displease the Trinity? Lofty words do not make a person just or holy, but a good life makes them dear to God. I would far rather feel contrition than be able to define it. If you knew the whole Bible by heart and all the teachings of the philosophers and theologians, how would this help you without the grace and love of God. We live in a time where information is everywhere, and sometimes it's disinformation, right? We live in a time where people fill themselves up with themselves, with their ego and their arrogance, about how much they know, about how smarter they are than you or I or anyone else, how better they are at whatever it is, how better their opinion is than everyone else's, how more right and righteous and just they are. Kempis begins this powerful, powerful text book, The Imitation of Christ, calling all of us to humility, calling all of us to say all of that is nothing without grace and love. I pray this morning Kempis's words from the 14th century might speak afresh and new to you today. That as we seek to be Christians, little Christ, disciples of Jesus, as we seek to imitate Christ, we might do so not to gain knowledge over somebody else, but to live more and more in grace and love, to be more and more humble. And then I wanted to share this prayer from Dietrich Bonhoeffer. And this is my early morning prayer that I pray. Oh God, early in the morning I cry to you. Help me to pray and to concentrate my thoughts on you. I cannot do this alone. In me there is darkness, but with you there is light. I am lonely, but you do not leave me. I am feeble in heart, but with you there is help. I am restless, but with you there is peace. In me there is bitterness, but with you there is patience. I do not understand your ways, but you know the way for me. Restore me to liberty and enable me to live now, that I may answer before you and before myself, Lord, whatever in this day may bring, your name be praised. Grace and peace, beloved friends. Hope you can join us for worship at 9:30.